I'm ready.
We're in it.
Promotion. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. The ship needs a bit of repairs, a little bit. Mostly what's needed is crew. You guys weathered a pretty harrowing storm, both in just the intensity of the weather, but also your entire crew were moles. Each and every one of them from that Olesian port town. All of them wanted to kill you and take what you had. Or, in some cases, drag you back to the Underdark to answer questions from Lolth. Everyone's dead, though, and you guys decided to limp the ship to a pirate cove that your new half-orc ally and Clarny knew about from their pirating days. On the horizon, you guys see a smallish cove, sort of what looks like was probably once a small, hutted village, has been modernized a little bit to have a stone harbor. Several ships are waiting in the port lanes. There are multiple towers that protect this island, and you can see massive cannons on the top of them. There are wrecked ships that litter in like a radius around the island of many different like types of ships: elf, dwarf, human, Olesian, angel, devil. Anybody who has tried to take this island seems to have fallen prey to the sea in one way or another. You guys pull up on your ship. It is a wonderful sunny day, like in the Caribbean. Bright sun shining down. So for the two dark elves, that kind of sucks. But for everybody else who loves the sunshine, thumbs up. What you see... Hold on, let me put you on the ship. Because this is your ship. It's the weird full model that I really don't like because I can't put people on it.
That's a fancy ship.
It is. This is like essentially what you guys have been sailing on this whole time, in case you didn't have like an idea what the full ship would look like. Like your rows of cannons down below. But what you guys see is a bustling port town. Probably several hundred inhabitants based on the sprawling camp that lies back there. Seems like the front port area is the stone-worked urbanized area, and then behind it is just rows of tents and no real order. You can smell the spices rolling in. Seems to be a hefty trade market. You can also hear the banter and the like singing of the tavern and the inn. What would you guys like to do? I mean, you guys are currently just sitting on your ship. I've just explained what you see from like the railing of your ship currently. There's men walking on the deck, on the like docks next to the ship. There seems to be one standing and talking to another man from another ship. Probably looks like a fellow captain. Probably the port master.
All right. Look at Clarny. So you know this place?
Not familiar to me.
Yeah,
just by reputation. Then
reputation.
Yeah, by reputation, Clarny, you are aware of the Sanctuary of the Black Spot. This is a pirate haven.
Gotcha.
No,
Yep.
all good. This is a pirate haven that you might have sailed into once or twice to get away from pursuing malefactors. Your previous captain would have been a paying member of the Black Spot Guild, which is essentially the pirating guild, run by 6 pirate kings that never agree on anything, and so it's generally a strongman rule, very factionalized. You would know that the tavern is well stocked with rum and all kinds of gambling and bar fights. That the sprawling camp back there is where you go only if you are one of them. Any outsider that travels past this sort of stone edifice and goes into the campsites are likely to be robbed and mugged and left bleeding in the sand.
Okay, so having known all that, I tell the guys, well, I think I remember an old way that we were able to get in, so we can try that if we want and see if they could be of assistance.
Okay. Well, then, suppose we should see about trying to find a crew.
Indeed.
I think we should go to different taverns and pick up a couple members from each tavern instead of picking up everyone from one place.
It's not a bad idea. Make sure
That's a
we're
pretty
not
good idea.
picking up another group looking out to get us.
There is only one built tavern here.
Yes.
Never mind. We're gonna go for that one tavern.
There's plenty of places to drink back in the camp, but there's only one established, structured tavern. You could go back into the camp proper and sit down at a campfire and be like, hey, drinks, and do you want to be part of my crew? Totally an option.
No one too eager.
Yep.
Everybody.
I'm gonna leave behind my guns and bows and stuff, except for a drow hand crossbow with a few bolts.
Okay. Is that good?
And keep it hidden.
So go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check. See how well you can conceal your hand crossbow. What are you doing with Velran and Carney?
Do you want to keep them on the ship?
Or do you want to bring them with you? Yeah.
I would prefer them stay.
see
At least Carney stay on the ship.
Okay. You will happily stay on the ship.
I got a 15.
Okay.
Okay.
There's no use for a goblin, and we need somebody to kind of keep an eye, and he'd be a good watch at least.
I'm gonna drop off all of my weapons except for the staff that I picked up last game and kind of use that as like a walking staff type thing.
Give me a performance check on you pretending that it's a walking stick.
Let's go. +6 charisma. 24.
24. Nope. You'd be a known actor in some lands.
You will not part an old man from his walking stick.
Yeah, 100%. Alantar, you walk out of the tavern. It is about 11 o'clock in the morning. Maybe you're a little still piss drunk. I'm unclear of how you would want that to be. But you see what you would consider to be one of the larger ships to dock in the pirate ports, a galley with rows of cannons below. Usually only the major pirate captains have ships that big. Has just docked, and several what look to be well-adventured adventurers step off looking weary, and some of them pretty sun-baked and pretty tired, it seems, and looking around. Most of them looking as if they've never seen this place before. It is green, but you are not saying anything.
We don't hear anything.
I don't know if he's there. Casey.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're Belantar.
Yes.
That's your name.
I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
That's you.
You'll get there.
That's you, buddy.
I mean, they don't call you that
Here
every day
you are.
in life.
I'll zoom in on you. This guy. He's standing on the front of the dock. A bunch of goons.
Describe yourself, Case.
I have I'm pretty scrawny, pretty thin figure. I am a tiefling, so I have protruding horns. I am wearing chainmail with a light bow across my back, or light crossbow, excuse me, across my back. A whip on my side and chainmail.
Right. So you all see that description of a tiefling standing outside the where the sound of yelling and drinking and a few maybe hard words are being spewed at one another. This guy, though, is hawking at you from the end of the dock, sort of drowning it out. Hey, you need any weapons, armors? We got it here. You need some potions? I'm not really sure what some of them do. You guys look like you got some cash rolling on you. Come on, come here. No, yeah, you, come here. He just keeps yelling at you.
He's pointing to me.
No, he's pointing to the new.
Okay.
You would know this guy is Josh the huckster. Most of his stuff is bogus. It's like salt water mixed with some blood for a healing potion. But he makes some good money on like small travelers and young adventurers for the first time out on the ocean, and they're at their first time in port. So he's just trying to get them to come over to him. Hey, you guys, come here. I got all the fresh stuff. You look like you needs it.
I'm just looking at conversion.
He's talking to us.
Yeah.
This guy's talking to
Conversion kind of like after a minute, like looks over at him, like
Is he just talking to?
finally realizing he's talking to me. He's like, "No, we're all set. We're good."
Are you sure? You look like you're pretty tired. I got something here, and he takes out a bottle, and it looks like it would be probably a healing potion. And he shakes it and goes, "This'll fix you right up, real good, real good." 10 gold.
Yes. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay. Do you cast that with a spell slot?
Yeah.
Okay. So instantly you open your eyes, and the only people with magic items are you guys. only you guys. You guys have Christmas trees. I don't know if Belanter, do you have any magic items?
I do not.
Yeah. So yeah, nobody here has any magic. There's nothing in a 30-foot radius. He's shaking just a vial, swirling red liquid within it.
I just shake my head and walk by him.
Okay. As you guys walk past him, he sort of like continues hucking at you, but you all push right past him, and he dejectedly puts it back into the pouch, sits back in his chair, pulls out his tobacco pipe, and begins smoking and watching the horizon.
Are there any real weapon shops around here?
You take a moment and look around, and give me a perception check.
I got 10 minutes of that, so.
Okay, so if anything magical comes across you, I will let you know.
Yes, 7 for perception.
7 per. You don't hear the sound of any anvil. So, and you look down what you can see on the docks, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of proper weaponry here. There does seem to be a sort of more general shop with like food and snacks and casks of beer to be tossed and loaded onto ships. A lot of people walking around. It's pretty crowded, pretty busy. But but
This is
no.
all the
no proper
wares we
shop.
need here. I just motion to the people.
There seems to be a lot of sort of like moth-eaten, sun-baked shirts, large humans and orcs mostly make up the people you're seeing around. There are a few tieflings, and there are a few Aasimar floating around as well that stand out based on most of the Aasimar seem to have this like very pale whitish skin with gold birth markings in various places.
Any sense of a religion on what that might mean? Or is it just
Like what god they're from?
yeah?
Go ahead and make a religion check. But just sort of baseline, you would guess that it generally means they've all been sired by the same sort of what Narvos would tell you would be the same house.
Okay. 15.
15. You gather that this is probably from a light-based higher deity.
Sort of some sun god or something.
Yeah. I don't remember if it's a guy or a girl in the setting I'm pulling from, so I'll get back to you on that one later. But they come from this. Narvos would tell you that they come from the same great house in the Angel Lands.
All right.
That's why they look different from him. Right. What would you guys like to do? You're and also Balantar, what are you doing while you see these newcomers sort of like push their way through the crowds? The inn behind you remains just as loud and noisy as it always is.
Balantar is looking around, kind of like not trying to be really obvious about it, but like his eyes are kind of darting around, and he's very cautious, trying to perceive as much as he can around him, while not bringing attention to himself. So obviously he's bringing attention to himself, and he's just kind of like looking behind him and then looking in front of him. And if anyone comes close, you can see him like take a step back or a step forward or something like that. But he's right in the way.
Okay. So yeah, you guys see as you guys approach sort of the entrance of the tavern, this yellow sort of pale tiefling doing a weird dance, dodging out of people's way as they walk in and out of the bar. Doesn't seem to be going in or out, but is consistently just standing in the doorway.
I want to be making active perception checks instead of relying on my passive because I'm worried about pirates stealing our shit.
Stealing your shit or your ship?
Both. So I'll be
Okay.
looking towards the
Yes.
ship, and I'll be watching everybody's hips and everything too.
Okay.
I'll be doing it / assisting him as well.
Okay.
Eddie wants to go to the general store and he wants to buy supplies. Keep
Okay.
the shit moving, and he's going to oversee loading those into the ship.
Okay. So Eddie, are you what kind of gold are you going to do this with?
Eddie has some gold, I
Eddie.
think.
You've
Yeah,
got a
Eddie
gold.
has
Yeah, that's what I'm
Because
asking.
he has a bag of holding with like, I think quite a bit of gold actually.
That's just
Yeah.
what I wanted to ask was what
Yeah.
kind of gold.
The gold kind.
So Eddie,
Gold, yeah, the metal kind.
Eddie, do you tell the gang you do that, or do you just start pushing your way towards the general shop?
Yeah, I'm gonna let everyone know. I'm gonna go to the general shop. I'm gonna buy supplies for the ship, and I'm gonna oversee loading them onto the ship.
Watch your purse, Edward.
Thanks.
The parrot on Eddie's shoulder also says, "Thanks."
Nice.
I praise the parrot. I tell him good job.
Nuzzles your neck. Caw.
I scratch his head. You know.
I
Okay,
got
so
a
Eddie,
24 with my advantage.
Eddie and the Burb go over here. You do, with a 24, you do spot that there are several individuals who have eyed you. Most of them seem to be wearing like black tight leathers. Not like leather armor. Not like skin suit.
Yeah. They're not gimps.
Why not both?
No, but like you would recognize these, especially from your time in the Rumagarian War, as the like assassin types, the rogue types. These are the ones that will slash your purse or slash your throat, and they don't really care which one.
I'm gonna use sign language at one of them when I catch them looking at me.
Do you mean thieves can't?
Yeah, thieves can't sign language.
Gotcha.
To just tell them not to try it, essentially.
When one of them finally catches your eye and you do that, he scurries away quickly, and you notice that most of the ones that were like eyeing you within like 2 minutes have also vanished.
Cool.
Would I be able to tell with Arcana that, of course, a spell was cast, but would I be able to tell that, is it Craig? Had cast Detect Magic?
Oh, my eyes are glowing blue for the next 10 minutes, so I would imagine so.
So, yeah, I'll let you do an Arcana check. I usually like to do that when people cast the spell. Yeah. But
it's just because
he was kind of looking around at that time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I got 23.
23, yeah, he's cast Detect Magic.
I'll come up behind Craig. I'm standing like 3 feet away from you, and I just like cough like.
Are you ill?
Oh no. I saw you cast a spell. How'd you learn the spell?
I receive it from nature, I guess.
Oh, could you teach me spells?
No, I could sell you spells.
I don't know how to cast them, so that wouldn't be very good for me.
Oh, okay. I guess we could. Are you looking to join a crew? We're looking for crew.
Oh, I don't really know.
What do you do? What do you do?
I kind of fight things and push people around and keep people out of my bubble here. And he like makes a very distinct round circle around himself.
Are you the cleanly type?
I don't think so.
Well, if you want to join the crew, you have to talk to him. I nod towards Conversion.
Hey,
this is the first one thing. Craig, are you disguising yourself in any way, shape, or form?
But I have a mask. So basically, there's no injuries on my face that they can see, but my eyes are sunken pretty deep, and they're glowing blue now because I'm using Detect Magic. My skin's gray, so.
Yeah, Balantar, what is your sort of like passive perception? You said you were looking around.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
10, yeah.
Okay. Then
I do have 12.
But as you turn, as Craig points to the captain, you turn, and that's a dark elf. They don't really have those on the ocean or on the islands. Usually, elves don't look like that.
Take a step back from Craig or that character because I don't know your name. But I start yelling. Oh, it's Conversion. Okay. Oh,
that's
Conversion. Yeah, Conversion's the captain and the dark elf, which is Carl, and Craig is the human looking.
I'm the scout.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just yelling. Oh yeah, you the thing.
I think he's talking to you, Captain. Not that you are a thing.
The word you're looking for.
Yes.
Captain.
We're all things, but
looking at Balantar.
Well, I'm sorry. My name's Balantar. I'm looking for if you can assist me in magic. He said I should talk to you.
Said you should talk to him about joining the crew. The magic will come with time.
Okay, that.
You know your way around a boat?
No.
lives on islands.
Live
No.
on a pirate island. I don't know boats.
This guy's lived here his whole life. Then that is the new canon.
That's the new canon.
This guy's lived here his whole life. Never left the island. Nobody trusts him. Nobody trusts Valentine on a boat. So he's found a fresh-faced, needing boat, and is like, these guys can teach me magic.
These guys can teach me magic.
I don't really like boats.
I think he's a good candidate.
Swim.
I
Claudia,
can swim.
Claudia, I am up and down.
You're kind of living in a bad place if you don't like boats.
Oh
Well,
no,
maybe that's why
great
he's here.
place.
He's stuck.
I'll have to go anywhere. People come to me. It's great. They're very small. Boats.
If anything, he'd be a good fighter bodyguard for us, so he could rough people up if we need it.
Yeah, well, he said.
It's true.
Without the touching.
Well, I mean, you got to punch him.
Do I?
That is a rule, yeah.
Can
It's
I shoot
initiation.
them?
I'm not gonna punch him. Toothy can do it later.
What if I shove them
Go for it.
right now?
No, we don't want to cause any trouble.
Oh, look, that's good. That's good.
Not yet. You stay with us. Trial period? Conversion?
I suppose.
Is it like a contract or something? I just figure, I don't want to get bamboozled. I want to, actually experience magic.
We can jot something down.
Oh, okay, great. Then I'm your man.
You know your way around here.
Oh yeah, of course.
Show us the
Right
people
then.
that will be good.
Oh yeah, don't buy from him.
You've
He's
lived here your whole life.
oh quite.
What?
You're cutting in and out.
Just a bit, yeah.
Sorry, what's that?
You were cutting
We
in and
didn't
out.
hear
What'd
you,
you
yeah.
say?
So, where does one find some crewmen?
Do I know specifically any of the areas or the
There are two places. One is the easy way, and one way is the more difficult yet more reliable way. So the first is this tavern right here. You can just go in, and there are probably easily a dozen sailors without any jobs. There is probably a reason why they don't have jobs right now. The other is to go up to the tower and gain an audience with the Six Kings, who will, from their recruitment pool, get you crew who are not your crew, but their crew, and will most likely incur a pretty severe cost, but it is a reliable crew.
I'll convey that in so many words, probably
More
saying
British.
something like, "Look, you don't really know what any of them in there. You want to go up there at the tower? That's the place to be."
Well, like I said, I had an old way to get in. If we can try that, unless you've got a connection that's more stable.
Yeah, you by an old way to get in, do you mean you have a contact within the tower, or you have a secret passageway within to the tower?
I was thinking of maybe an old hand sign or an old phrase that I could use to get in.
Okay, yeah, that's
yeah.
that also works. I just was confused about your wording.
like my previous captain used to say this, and they let him in, so maybe
Yeah.
I can do that. And because I
That
went in
is-
with them many times.
That
but
is
not
perfect.
on
Just
my
your,
own.
Secret tunnel.
just your wording made me think you were saying that you knew of a secret way to sneak
No, I don't want to
into
do
the
anything
watchtower.
nefarious. I want to
Yeah,
try
and I was like,
straightforward.
that's how you get all 6 pirate kings to kill you.
No, thank you. Please no. I mean, I know you'd like that, but
Mhm.
Hold on, let me make a new map. Hold on.
Captain, I forget. Do you have any money?
A bit.
I thought we might have split stuff at some point. So, okay. Well, I don't know how much that will cost, but we can discuss how much I have later.
Very well.
Right. Eddie, what kind of general store goods are you trying to get?
Trying to get some fresh water or grog, I guess it would be,
Okay.
and some dried meats and some like hardtack stuff,
Mhm.
edible food. If they have fruits like oranges, stuff like that, lemons, I'll also take those.
Right.
Can I say that you might have mentioned this on the way? Because if you just get barrels, I can make water. So we're not paying extra. Yeah.
Well, do we have barrels
We have
on the
barrels. We have a few.
Yeah,
but we could probably use a few more.
barrels on the ship?
I'll just get fun alcohol then. That's what
Okay. You'll get some rum.
it'll keep
So-
the crew happy.
With you're not trying to get extravagant day meals. So that's going to be how many weeks of rations of food do you want to get? Like how you don't know the distance. You didn't ask Narvos. So do you want to ask like these guys how far it is to the continent, or are you just gonna like guess how much goods you want to buy?
I'll run over. I'll tell. Let's see. I'll just take a quick run back over to Narvos. I'll say
Okay.
how far is it to the continent? I'll just go ask.
Narvos, you think you should be there in like 2 weeks if you guys sail straight.
Yeah, a couple weeks, give or take.
Couple weeks. Got it. I'm gonna get 4 weeks of rest.
Okay. All right. So that's 4 weeks of rations is 30 gold.
30 gold.
Just for that. And then you need to add another 30 gold on top of it for the fresh fruit and the rum.
Gotcha. So 60 gold in total.
Because those are luxury goods, especially the fruit. It was like 20 gold for the fruit and 10 gold for the rum, is how that worked out. Scurvy's a menace on the open ocean.
All right. So I bought that, and now I'm gonna oversee the loading onto the ship.
Two an older orc and a younger half orc that has a lot of the same facial features of the older orc begin to pick up and carry the ship. They both, the first time they see Carney, the goblin, sort of pause and squint at him, and then they continue their work.
Say, don't worry, he's very friendly.
Carney like grabs for his Vorpal sword for a second, just like puts his hand on the hilt, and when the orcs don't make a move, he like slides it back into the sheath and continues his like patrol around the upper deck. Because let's not forget, Carney the goblin is absolutely strapped.
yeah.
Oh, here's one thing I did want to ask at the general store. Do they have magic scrolls?
This is a general store, not a magic shop.
Okay. Do you have anything like magic scrolls for children? I imagine that would be something that exists.
This is a general store, not a magic shop.
Okay.
I'm just a man. I don't know any magic. I don't know how to do that.
I don't know. That's why I'm looking for the scrolls. You know what I'm saying, brother.
I know how to swing this axe. That's my whole thing. I could throw you in the ocean like 20 yards, but I couldn't
20
shoot a firebolt.
yards.
Yeah.
20
You
yards.
want to see it? You want to see it?
Ooh. So not with me. Actually,
Oh,
you know what?
Cody.
Eddie pops up his echo. I say, how far can you toss this echo?
Oh, he like walks over, and this is like a bear of a man. This dude covered in hair, not really wearing much of a shirt, some like linen trousers. Dude's probably a really good example is the husband from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood that runs the butcher shop. That guy. He walks over, sort of like picks up the Echo, who just sort of like stands there like a rag doll, picks it up, weighs it, and goes, yeah. And then like does a full blown like 720 circle, 720 degree circle, doing spins, getting momentum, and then chucks the Echo a solid, let's see. Rolls for distance. I did. And I rolled a 56. So he chucked him 56 feet.
56. He says, whoa! That's amazing. The echo's too far away now, so it disappears. But pretty cool.
After 6 seconds, so it makes it.
Yeah, it does. It does a solid splash, and then you feel the tether break.
I tell him that's amazing.
Thanks. I could get it farther in my younger days, but age is coming to me. You have a wonderful day now.
You too. You too.
He goes back behind his little general shop thing and sits back. And every time the two orc guys come in, he goes, hurry up, that guy's a decent individual. I want you to do him good work. And they both sort of like, no, yeah, yes, sir. Right. What are the rest of you guys up to while Eddie oversees this? This would be done in like 20 minutes, Eddie, to get all that stuff onto the show.
All right.
Check and see if there's like a wanted or job board.
Nice. There is a sort of mock wanted board on the outside of the tavern. Instead of it being wanteds for pirates like you're used to seeing in places or criminals, it's bounties on pirate hunting ships. There is one bounty for a rogue pirate that broke the code and sailed away in a rowboat. He's got an 100 gold bounty on him. The rest of them are like, this Olesian frigate has been terrorizing our trade routes for too long.
Right.
You
the
know,
opposite of a regular wanted board. Yeah.
It's a wanted board, but for people that are good.
Yeah.
So the guy, is there a description on the guy?
He's a young druid that red hair. Description says he becomes a bear on the full moon. He broke the code. He committed a mutiny without a vote, as there needs to be a vote for on a pirate ship for a captain to be overthrown. He attempted to murder the captain in his druid form and got away in a rowboat after a failed murder attempt.
Is there like a take a number?
Like, what do you mean?
Like a section that I can tear off to keep to remind myself? No, okay.
No, you have to take the whole thing if you want.
No, I'm not going to do that.
You have to like rip down the whole post here. This is centuries before the advent of ticket numbers. Right. But yeah, that's the board. There doesn't seem to be like a job board, almost like, there's no quest board of like,
right.
The wolves are terrorizing us. Go kill 3 wolves.
Is there can I like maybe go talk to the orc guys that were helping us load up?
Yeah, I mean they're going back and forth. You can see them going on your ship and off your ship. You can stop them.
Oh, are we still? Oh, okay. Like we're still like with it. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
like
you guys. I
I'm gonna
have you
stop
guys sort of
them.
milling in front of the tavern.
I'm gonna stop one of them and like ask them. It's like how are they treated? Are they are they happy where they are? Or do they
Yeah,
want to
good.
look for a life of adventure?
Yeah, it's a good living. We wouldn't mind. We're trying to save up money to get a small ship of our own, of course. But my son here, he doesn't have much sailing experience. I did about 15 years before I got marooned here. My captain attempted to attack with a fleet. I was one of the few survivors, but there's good things that happen. I met my lovely wife. She lives in the camp back there. I probably wouldn't join you on an adventure, but my son, and you see he's got like probably like late teens, early 20s, half orc of a son. You think that the other half was probably elven, as the orc has particularly pointy ears. Doesn't really have the sort of like soft, round features of a human half orc. Much more angular and pointed. No beard either. He has completely baby faced, no facial hair, half orc. Continues just working through. Not very muscular, very like lithe. Looks like he probably is good at running through sails if taught correctly, or with a dagger. That's my boy right there. His name's Alchem. Maybe talk to him. I'd give my blessing if you took him on your ship. And he picks up the box he had and continues.
I call Convergent over to join in on the conversation to vet him out a little bit.
He knows his way around. He knows his way around rigging. Then
the older orc stops and turns and goes, "Not really, sir. He's not really been on much of a ship, but he's a fast learner and he's patient and he doesn't have his father's temper, that's for sure." Yeah, at this point, Alchem sort of realizes a conversation's being had about him without him there, and he stops with the barrel of fruit he was carrying to the ship and sort of like just stares at the three of you having this conversation from about 10 feet away. Several people like walk in between you guys, as this is still like a bustling thoroughfare.
Well, what do you say, Alchem?
Go with on that big ship? I'm up there. That seems rather exciting. How long do you think I'd be away from home?
At least a month.
I could do a month,
At the
maybe a
very
bit more.
least, yes.
I could do that. See a bit more of the world. I have only known this island. That sounds great. When do we leave? When do I have time to go say goodbye to my ma?
Of course.
What wonderful. What, Pa, will you finish this for me while I run? And, his dad, gives him a kiss on the forehead, tells him to run home and say goodbye to his mother, and he will finish loading the ship in his absence.
Will you be okay without his source of income?
Oh yeah, we'll be fine without him draining our income. We'll be fine. And with you can see that when this orc father smiles, he's got several golden teeth.
Okay.
They're probably not the worst off, but he's probably out here just sort of like keeping. He said he was a ship man previously. He's probably just keeping himself close to the ocean.
Is this island bigger than we're seeing?
Yeah. There is no. This camp probably goes back another mile.
Gotcha. Cool.
I have the limitations of what I have.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah, there's a sprawling tent city behind the stone port. There is the only multi-storied buildings are the two towers. There's one, this larger one that's set on the main island, that has like a cannon that looks like akin to the Paris gun on on top of it. And then there's what looks to be a more elven style tower that's out in the ocean, half buried and slightly Tower of Pisa styled. It looks like it probably was once a lighthouse that was rammed by a ship in an attack.
Oh, can that be where Casey lives?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I actually did put that there for a reason. There is stuff, there's a reason that one's there. But yeah, so other than that, there's just a sprawling tent city. Some of the tents are larger than others, sort of like in width, and take up more sort of real estate, but mostly there's just a fight over footholds back there. As Eddie finishes getting the supplies onto the boat, and Alchem returns from his goodbyes with his mother and goes onto the ship, what would you guys like to do?
We're gonna need more than one.
I think we
So
talk
talk
to the
with-
guys.
the king. All right. Then
So which one are you going to go talk to? The ones in the tower or in the inn?
Tower.
tower.
You got it.
Tower. What kind of price tag do you think this crew would be looking at?
You have no idea. You have no idea. Way more money than you have, like, really an understanding of.
You're asking Balantar.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot, I guess.
A lot.
One too many lots. All right then.
I want to note that, like, he doesn't really seem dumb. He just seems very socially awkward when you, like, are talking to him.
I mean, he was just lived his whole life on a pirate island.
Yeah. Communication, not so good.
Yeah.
I get it.
Right. So you guys, I sadly can't, like, put you guys here. Like, the model is actually, like, the top of the model is, like, here.
I'm gonna
But you
do
guys-
back of the group silent bodyguard shit for this.
You got it. I figure Clarny has to be leading.
Eddie's with us.
Yes. Eddie joins you guys.
You got for I think 2 weeks to get there.
What'd you say, Carl?
Oh, just talking to the basically saying you think what 2 weeks to get there at least. How
Yeah.
long do you want to keep this crew?
I mean, 2 there, 2 back.
At least a week between.
Preferably
Figure-
more.
Figure 2 weeks, 6 weeks. I'd say 6 weeks at least.
2 for 8, month on
Or
land.
just keep it on ongoing, open ended. X many gold per week.
Would be the way to do it.
Oh, if I may,
Sure.
oh, well, you could stage tryouts, right? Anyone who pulls their weight can stay on, right?
I think with the Kings, if we're going to go with the Kings, then Oh, I don't think we get to choose.
Oh no, right, but competition in there, and everyone gets paid, but if the best people, they get to stay on, right?
Oh, okay. Like after we have them.
Yeah, I mean, you get to decide if you keep anyone at all, but I wouldn't tell them that, really. It gives you the upper hand, right?
So you're saying maybe we tell them 6 weeks, we take 2 weeks on land, we bring them back, and then whoever wanted to stay with us, that we could offer to pay, as opposed to being in debt to these kings anymore.
I'm not sure that you would want to say that too loudly. There's, with the kings around, but yeah, in closed doors, behind closed doors.
The magics of Discord seem to be having troubles today.
Yeah. Right.
Dean,
Say that again, Carl?
want to take a
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Man,
Right.
yesterday WebRTC wasn't making connections. Today, WebRTC isn't maintaining connections. What is this?
I love that we're getting a perfect connection from the guy in Japan.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
So you guys come to the tower, watchtower of the 6 Pirate Kings. Standing at the actually, you know what? I am going to drag you guys over here because I can't really put you up there. So we're gonna sort of like theater of the mind it. Put you guys right there for now. You guys walk up those stairs to the large oaken front gates that are like steel bound and guarded by 2 very burly, scarred individuals. One looks like a tiefling and the other a orc or half orc. It's hard to tell. They're both wearing like dark leathers that obscure most of their face with a mask. One stands the orcish one stands with his arms crossed, leaning against the wall on the far side of the door. You can see he's armed with 2 scimitars, and the large tiefling is armed with a great axe. Clarny, you're the one that walks up first. Can I get a performance check as you try and use your old captain's passphrase to get you and your crew into the watchtower?
That is going to be an 18.
An 18. You very much like thieves can't. You kind of spit out this string of words that to the rest of you, even those of you that know thieves can't, is still just a jumble of words and letters mixed around. The tiefling furrows his eyebrows, confused as to never seeing you before, and like turns as if he's going to ask his orc companion for like, you know, do you think that? And as he starts to say that, the orc's already pulled out the key and has turned to the door and is unlocking it. Opens the door out. The door opens out to you guys, so you kind of have to take a step back.
Okay.
Inside is a well lit, well furnished. Your detect magic has long faded.
Oh yeah.
Well furnished, like red carpet, silk tapestries, old maps line the curved walls as a set of stairs slowly winds its way up, and like 100 feet up you can see it leads to another sort of like floor area, but it's not like a first, second, third floor. There's like this large central area with a winding staircase that goes up the side of the tower to a second floor about 100 feet up, and there's just extravagances and like gold and jewels and artwork and, you know, the riches of piracy line this tower. Nobody's in here. The door, after you guys walk in, closes behind you with like a loud and you hear the orc lock the door behind you. Valentar, you've never been in here. You're probably actually amazed that that worked that easily.
Oh,
I look at the guys and just kind of like confidently nod, like, that's right.
I nod back with respect.
Nicely done.
I also have
All right.
weird like intimidation factor, like whatever.
Well-
yeah, so I can play into effect too, I guess.
Start. Wait. Stare.
He said, "Start making our way up the stairs."
Okay.
I can decipher the Discord
The
scramble
Discord
sometimes. Yeah.
scrambles. Right. So, do any of you, do any of you have the urge to take any of this lovely stuff?
Not in the least.
Good job, everyone.
I
Great
definitely
job.
do not.
People. I
Yeah.
respect people.
I think Clarny and Balantar both have like enough respect for the situation they're in to not do that. I guess this question actually is more pointed towards Eddie and Narvos.
They have any cool nets? Any cool net-based weaponry?
There is a
Oh my God.
super shiny harpoon.
Does it have like a rope attached to it? Like a chain?
No. No, it's just
Should I use this to
a harpoon.
pin someone?
Yeah. That's
Would it
so
work
that's
better
the
than a
point.
spear?
Yes, that's the point of a harpoon. I guess I mean trident. I guess when I say harpoon, I mean trident.
Which
Which,
do I know
it's
magic? Does it look magic?
you have no idea. And, that's the classic sort of like you throw a net, hold them down, and then you stab them with a trident from 10 feet away. That's how fish people fight.
Can I passively perceive Eddie eye in this thing?
Yeah. I mean, Eddie's not subtle. Dude literally is two people sometimes.
Don't do it. Well, these aren't the people to steal from.
I don't know if I'll steal it. I might mention how it's such a nice thing.
There you go. Yes.
And if
Solid
you have
approach.
too many nice things, I would be glad to adopt this nice thing.
Right, make it feel like
Is
it's
it
their
spring?
burden and you're taking it off
Yeah.
their hands. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like spring? Could I like make a spring cleaning play on this?
No, it's actually like the first month of winter.
Must take a lot of energy to heat that trident.
Because it was just about to snow when you guys left the Elysian Empire. Right. So you guys walk your way up. Craig, you do notice that there are, with both your passive perception and your knowledge of sort of like the thieving underground, you do notice that there are several sort of secret entrances at varying points of the tower.
I, from the
like-
back of the group, just point at them and say nothing. So I don't know if anybody sees it.
Yeah. But you can tell that they are most likely, like, there's most likely on the wall a sort of very small outer layer that people can, and probably like a pulley or a quick ladder system, so that people can get inside and either protect or defend the six kings in any attempt to take the tower.
So there could be assassins behind any of these walls at any time.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Walls have ears.
Which would be that sort of sentiment would be a sort of theme of the island. Is for Balantar, who has lived here his whole life, there is a general understanding that the kings are always listening. Man, surveillance states really trope I follow a lot. Anyway,
The walls have eyes and ears. Don't ask about the hole. That's about waist height, though.
don't ask questions. Just live your lives. You guys walk up past all of the grandeur and splendor of piracy and make your way to the second floor. When you guys, who's leading this? Because Clarny made the first way in, but isn't really needed. There isn't anybody in here for him to talk his way through. So what's the marching order? It is single file up these stairs.
Eddie would like to put his echo in the back of the line, and Eddie will walk in the front. He will take the first and last position.
Okay.
I'll be third from the front.
Who said that? Narvos?
Yeah.
Let me go get Echoedy.
Yeah, I'll be right in front of Cody.
Cody.
Cody. There you are. Cody goes in the back. Greg goes in front of it. Cody. Conversion, where do you want to be?
Conversion will actually put his hand on his shoulder and it's like, I'm going first.
He is the captain.
He is the captain.
He is the captain now.
Clarny?
Was the second spot not taken, or is that gonna not?
Eddie just got pushed into the second spot.
Okay, I mean, okay.
I'll back up one. You can go after.
Okay, I'll be third.
Puts Balantar there. Right. So no, nobody sees you pointing at things on your way up. Cody does, but he's an echo. A dead timeline is watching like that's Eddie from a timeline.
Yeah, in
where
another
an
life,
assassin
Eddie
bursts
knows.
from one of those walls. That's the dead timeline this echo's been ripped from. You guys make it up. Conversion. Since you were the first one to make it up to the second level, you don't have the immediate issue that Eddie would have, that it is pitch black. Instead, you see it all in dim light. What you see as you come up the stairs end, and it is a smoothed out floor that leads to like a raised, almost judicial bench or stance where there are 6 high-backed chairs that currently, in the dim lighting with your dark vision, you think are empty. Otherwise, the room is completely empty. It is a almost immaculately clean, yet still exuding like strength and wealth in the like design of this room, but it's also imposing because they have, as the 6 kings, put their thrones above their sort of greeting chambers, their meeting hall. After Conversion comes up, Eddie walks in, and for Eddie, it's pitch black. You are walking into absolute darkness. It's almost unnatural how the like warm light of the lower hall that you are walking up vanishes the moment you walk into the upper chamber. Electrical sounds.
That was a noise.
Please don't do that.
Can we say that when Toothy stays behind, I take the goggles?
Sure, buddy.
Cool. I can see stuff.
Yay.
Right. And you all gather up in this higher chamber. All of you, even with dark vision, can't see the upper sort of thrones that Conversion can with his 300-foot dark vision. But as Craig, being the last actual person, Cody walks in behind him. But these magical spotlights appear above the 6 thrones, and then one large one lightens up the center of the chamber where you all are standing. And suddenly you see 6 varying pirate captains all on the throne. One is a warforged. 2 are humans. One is a woman and one is a man. There is an orc, there is a goblin, and there is a tiefling. Or what you assume to be a tiefling. It is a red-skinned, devilish-looking male with sick red horns on his head, slicked black hair, and like little John Lennon glasses. He's a tool. He looks a bit like a tool.
Crowley type?
Yeah, a Crowley type's probably a good example. The Warforged looks very different from anything that you've seen. It's a like pirate Warforged covered in barnacles all over the place. Salt rusted, salt scarred metal. One of his arms is a ship's cannon.
That guy sounds fucking awesome.
The female has a nasty scar, and a good chunk of her nose is missing. The scars across her face. A dark-skinned, silvery hair and dreadlocks woman. Big muscle-bound. She has a sort of like captain's jacket with a large feathered pirate hat. You don't see any weapons readily available on her. The man is a wizard type. The human male is looks to be a wizened, like his beard goes below what you can see. He's wearing robes that are covered in stars. The orc is literally a atypical orc. He looks like he dropped straight out of Warhammer Fantasy, with a big great axe and metal armor, which is the first time you've seen anybody on this island wearing metal. Everybody's been wearing like leather or cloth. This dude's wearing like black iron metal.
Except for Casey, right?
Yeah, well, there's chainmail. There's a few chain. Like this guy's in plate.
Yeah,
like
okay.
looks bold. He looks like he put on power armor. And the goblin looks like it's Gobbo, like a descendant of Gobbo. He's wearing like lots of gold. He's got a gold-filled mouth. You can see he's like rocking several knives and pistols all covering him. Like he's just a very rich goblin. They all sort of look down at you and all at once just start yelling, like, what are you doing in armor? What are you doing here? Guards, guards! What do you guys do in this sort of like quick cacophony as they all sort of realize?
Convergent steps forward.
The spotlight disappears from the rest of you and zones in on Convergent.
Convergent steps forward. We've come to hire a crew.
The goblin scrambles up onto the railing and goes, hire a crew? Oh, we haven't seen fresh blood in a while.
Our former crew were agents of the Elysian Empire. We dealt with them.
The human male, the wizard type, spits on the ground and goes, we sink any of the ships we see in near our port. Damn them in their necromantic ways.
Aye.
This is probably like the first wizard you've seen that's actually taken a stand against William. Since the war, at least. Most wizards that stood against William serve William.
Eddie nervously looks around right now.
Yeah.
He looks at the wizard, he looks at everyone. He looks for spies. He starts sweating.
Greg will remember that. We're going to need allies in the future, so.
The orc stands up, puts his great axe onto the slams it down on the railing and leans down with his muscles and looks at you, Converge, and goes, now why should we give you crew, you fresh-faced drow?
Because we have no part in the war between the ones to the east. Neither the angels nor the demon touched. We come with offering gold so that we may hire good sailors that will be reliable and dependable.
The red tiefling type speaks up at this point and goes, if you're planning to sail east, you'll find yourself embroiled in it sooner rather than later.
Probably.
So this
But-
crew... Oh, sorry. Please go.
Probably, but it's either that or we sail around in circles. At least there we can make something of a profit.
No, fair enough. You see, I have many a stake back home. I wouldn't mind funding your little crew. At that, as he says that, you see many of the 5 others sort of like yelling at it. They sort of ignore you and start yelling, you can't do that, you're undercutting the rest of us. We're trying to, you know, the sort of guys sort of fades a little bit, that they're all vying to essentially fund you so that you're their pawn now. The tiefling type sort of waves his hand and silence falls, and he stands up and goes, as I'm the first to make an offer, let me ask you this. Should I expect my crew back?
Yes.
Is there a reason that they wouldn't come back?
Well, your adventures, you've already killed one crew. They seem rather dangerous. I'd like to know beforehand if I can expect these men that I will procure for you. See if I'd ever see them again in my lives. You know, prices change for whole lives instead of just mere weeks.
And he raises his hand and he asks, is this crew going to try and kill us?
If you actively go against my wishes, I would hope they would.
And he raises his hand. Second question. Are you going to have some, like, crazy-ass wishes for us?
No, I have a benefactor back east. Would love it if you would deliver a package for me, and I would see our deal confirmed.
And he raises his hand, this time a little bit more timidly, and he says, I'm really sorry. Is this package a bomb?
Oh, were that it were.
And he says,
I'm
"All right,
so
cool."
glad that none of the party can see Convergent's face, but it's clearly like the expression is just like he really just asked that. Yep, he did. Okay.
And with like an evil smile. Like, this guy is obviously not good. He sits back and goes, lifts his one hand, and a goblet appears filled with a crimson liquid. And with his other hand, he sort of waves and goes, well, it's up to you. You can hear the rest of their offers. My offer won't change. You do a favor for me, and I'll procure your crew. And he takes a sip of his thick crimson liquid.
Is that the stuff that Huxley was selling?
No. No, it wasn't.
Would your benefactor happen to be in the southern lands?
Find him anywhere. Everywhere.
I'm going to assume the others are all going to like talking in making.
Yeah, I'm not really like, I'm not very good at sort of like multiple NPC things. They're
Right.
like every couple of words trying to get word in edgewise. I'm just sort of focusing. Just imagine they're all trying to yell over this conversation. but you're maintaining the like. This guy had an offer, and I'm going to finish talking to him and then turn to another one at a later time.
Mm-hmm.
He tells you that his benefactor is a participant on both sides and can be found in a small crypt. Can be usually reliably called upon in a small crypt in near the Badlands that make up No Man's Land.
That's good, in Nick's opinion, above table. But let's hear from the rest of the guys.
So which one do you want to hear from first? Notably, the human wizard isn't yelling over. He doesn't seem to care. He seems to be just sitting back watching. The goblin, the orc, the warforged, and the human female are all sort of vying for your attention, though.
He wants to ask the wizard what he studies. He says, I hear every wizard has something that they study, some interest of theirs. A great pirate wizard as yourself, you must
If
have
you want
something
that,
uniquely interesting.
If you want to make this a social call, wait until we're done with our business. He'll actually, Conversion will actually look at the goblin next.
Okay. Oh, well, I can crew you with a good bunch of ogres and some goblins. Pretty cheap for labor, but I can't promise that they'll stay on ship once you make it to the continent. They'll probably go find work as mercenaries. That's what our types. We just sort of sail around on the ship that can take us anywhere. Transient types.
All right. He'll actually look at the Warforged next.
Okay. He is the most sort of like calm of the ones that are trying to get your attention. He just keeps sort of like smoking from a weird mechanical pipe that forms out of his mustache. And he calls out and he goes, I know of several of my comrades that can work for you. I need them back here within 3 months for a future contract. They're reliable. They won't turn on you. They can be trusted.
All right.
Go
ahead and look at the orc. The orc next.
The orc and the human female, being the last two you're talking to, have actually turned on one another and are yelling at each other that they have the more powerful group of warriors, the strongest group of warriors. They would be better suited as the patrons for this group. So they neither of them are paying attention to you. Do any of you speak Orcish? If none of you speak Orcish, the conversation quickly turns into a language you do not understand, as what you can only assume are horrible expletives are being tossed at one another.
And he would like to cover his parrot's ears.
Okay. Do you wait for them to stop bickering, or are you going to turn back to one of the previous three you've already spoken to?
Conversion kind of seeing that those two are arguing with each other. and they're arguing about warriors and stuff.
Yeah, they both look like. You notice that the orc goes for his axe. The large woman pulls from behind her jacket where you guys couldn't see it a set of wicked daggers, and then both of their lights turn off and they're no longer there, leaving you with just four lights.
Conversion will look at the human wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps at some point we might return and visit and talk about our mutual dislike.
Of the usurper, William? I would love to hear if you become more powerful. I haven't heard anybody speak ill of him in about 20 years. I remain here in exile. I keep a close eye of back home. I don't have much hope, but what little damage I can do, I try. I don't have the resources to help adventurers right now. But if you return seeking to deal damage to that boy, you know where to find me.
I'll keep that in mind.
And Craig, this is a guy who spits like with the venom of somebody who fought in the war.
Good.
Yeah, this is probably like one of the generals of the loyalists that, like, you know, it's one of those things where you were dead, so you don't know, but Eddie would. That the current propaganda is not a single wizard that stood against William survived. You have now met 3 so far. So take that as you will. Eddie,
There's
you've
a
only met
trend.
2. But Eddie, you're starting to like see holes, and you were raised in the Soviet Union, Eddie, and you're just now starting to realize that Stalin might have lied to you.
Wait, what do you mean everyone has a microwave? What the fuck are you talking about?
What do you mean there is a famine across the globe? Right. Captain, what is your call, Captain?
I'll look at the first one.
The tiefling type?
Yep.
Okay.
Deliver a package, huh?
Yeah. Maybe
Very
have
well.
have a few words. Make a few contacts of your own over there. My benefactor's a lovely guy, very, very into making a profit. But you guys make a good profit, huh? Yeah, I bet. If we have a deal, let me get something for you to sign. The other 3 lights go out, and his light goes out a beat later, and he reappears in a puff of sulfur and smoke, a little bamf next to you. A moment, he snaps his fingers, and an imp.
Out of curiosity, how close to red does this guy look?
Is this
Red is the guy who originally sent us.
Really? Oh, okay. So that's a way throwback. He is remarkably similar to Red. In his mannerisms, his skill set, and his arrogance. You're unclear if it is a relative of Red or maybe it is Red. Who knows with that guy? But yeah, there is some major similarities right here. And also the talk about a benefactor tickles the back of your head.
Yep.
With a snap of his fingers, an imp, much like the one Narvos had last game, appears, holding a flayed soul with a contract written out. On it, you easily read that the Cambion, known as Solvier, will hire a crew to maintain the ship in perpetuity. In return, the adventuring group known as, and then there's a blank, will deliver unto Solvier's benefactor a package unharmed and unopened. Upon completion, the crew will return to Solvier's duty, and the contract will be completed.
So upon delivery?
Upon delivery to the benefactor, with the package unharmed and unopened.
Then the crew will the crew need to be sailed back, or will they?
No, they will. With the end of this magical contract, they will instantly return to me and my employ. When you sign this contract, I actually am handing over their employment to you. They will, for all intents and purposes, be your sailors.
Very well. Does it say anything about time frame?
Nope. And the only time frame you see is in perpetuity. That the crew will be yours in perpetuity until the contract is completed.
He'll stop and look at the others and do we actually have a name for Ugly?
You don't have a name? How wonderful! I'll let you think about it. I'll be over here having a smoke. And he pulls out a pipe and begins to smoke and laughing to himself while you guys figure out what you want to call yourselves.
I thought you told that wizard in the ocean that our name was Curiosity. Maybe I heard
Sorry,
wrong.
cut out there, Nick.
I thought you told the wizard in the ocean our name was Curiosity. Did I hear wrong?
That is a good name, I get then. Kind of like
For me.
pauses long enough to, if anybody has any opposition, they can say something now, kind of thing.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Curiosity it is.
Very well.
He still wants to talk to that wizard.
Okay. How do you make that known? Because the Cambion's standing over there smoking, you can go try to talk to him about it.
Yeah, Eddie will go do that.
Hi. The Cambion's standing there smoking his pipe. He looks up at you as you approach. Everybody's over there talking about their name change, the group name.
This is the Warborn guy?
No, this is the Cambion. He's the red tiefling type. Cambions are devils. They're usually winged, red-horned devils.
Eddie says, hello. What could you tell me about the, says I'm Eddie, and I would really like to know about the wizard on the council. Could you tell me a little bit about him?
You mean Alatar? He's an old Rumagarian mage. Served the former king. Held a grudge for nigh on quarter a century. I'm unclear of how old he is, but he specializes in pyrotechnics.
In pyrotechnics? Very interesting.
Evocation. He's one that has helped maintain our prosperity and independence.
Huh.
William always has eye for trade ports, and Alatar has a dispensation for annihilating Elysian ships.
So does he maintain crews and stuff like that, or does he just guard this port?
He seems to spend most of his time out on the old tower, working on his experiments far enough away that nobody gets harmed. And he defends the island from there.
Where's the old tower?
It's that tower that's out in the ocean that I pointed out earlier. That's Sean talking.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting.
An old tower out in the ocean that looks like the Tower of Pisa. Old elf tower.
Well, thank you very much for all the information. You've been a great help.
Yes. Yeah, no problem. You want to smoke? It's the good stuff from back home.
Ooh. Eddie looks really tempting. Is this like a mind-altering drug?
Go ahead
Can I
and
tell?
roll a insight check.
I'm just... Insight. 8.
8. Seems safe to you.
Seems safe to me.
Seems quite genuine. Seems like he's just offering you a hit.
I'd love a hit.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep, okay. He got a 6.
A 6. You guys, as you come to the decision that curiosity is the name, you hear Eddie coughing a lung out on the other side of the room next to the Cambion. The pipe he smoked it from is quickly grabbed from the by the Cambion before it clatters to the ground, and Eddie doubles over, coughing and wheezing. For a quick moment, you fear that the Cambion has poisoned him in some way. And then he begins to catch his breath, and he looks up at you all with like tears streaming down his face, his eyes red and puffy, but his eyes are bright red and absolutely bloodshot. He is baked off his ass.
And he just starts laughing now.
Yeah.
You said it. I would like... I don't know if my parrot can get the insight off this, but I want the parrot to say thank you right now.
Thanks.
Which I still had lungs.
Conversion, you are the captain, so it is on you to sign the thing. He did not give you any sort of pen or quill.
All right. Look, see if I got that.
Narvos,
Hmm.
you're aware that these contracts are usually signed in blood.
Yeah, if we want to, generally it's blood if you want to sign it.
Yes. I think.
You could just poke your finger and
Yeah, probably
use
just
that
poke yourself and
red curiosity in your finger. Blood. I don't have any blood.
It kind of looks like
And he kind
I
of
got
trips
the
over and offers to
golden
bleed.
fingers. That's
Eddie holds out his hand like, I can, just cut me, man. Just cut me.
Well, here, I have a quill then. Just dip it in his hand blood.
yes.
Yeah, here.
So who cuts open Eddie's hand?
Actually, conversion will
Use my arm.
do it himself.
Okay. So Eddie, you're told to sort of take a seat, buddy. You're
Yeah.
a bit high right now. Just take some deep breaths. Let the captain handle it.
I put away the arrow I was about to
Gonna
stab
pull out.
Eddie with. Yeah.
And he sits down on the floor, crisscross applesauce, grabs his parrot in both hands, and just stares at it in the eyes.
Mhm. Mhm. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Eddie will not try and resist anything with strength right now.
No. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you do not want to fail this one.
That's a 23.
A 23. You while you're still very high, you're like, oh, this is very cute, and you don't squeeze too hard. Your bird is very happy in your hands. It doesn't freak out or flap, or you're just sort of like vibing with your bird. Right, conversion.
All right. Poke my finger. Sign it with a quill.
Nice. You sign curiosity, and then at the bottom, do you sign captain conversion or just conversion?
Captain conversion.
Nice. Captain conversion. At the end of the final N in your name, the imp cackles as both him and the contract implode into flames and sulfur, leaving a scorched earth. The Cambion quickly waves his hand, prestidigitates it clean, and he goes, well, there we go. You should find them already on your ship. They'll work hard. If trouble comes, they get out of harm's way quickly. And if shit really hits the fan, they can fight, but they're pretty squishy, so don't count on them in a hard fight, you know.
Is there a way we could get another crew from you at any point in the future?
With another contract, if I have more things for you to do, I'm sure we could find work. If you're going to come back to see Alatar, I'm sure we could make more deals.
Or you could always reach out to one of us.
If I have need, if I think of another thing that I need done in the back home, maybe I'll reach out if it's in the next month. But I haven't really needed to go home. I've had this package in my possession. Oh, speaking of, let me go get that for you. And he disappears. And you guys hang out for about 5-ish minutes. After about 5 minutes, Eddie sort of has...
I was going to play patty cake with Eddie.
Okay, yeah. After that 5 minutes, the like immediate head high has come down for Eddie, so he's a bit more cognizant. The sort of like body tingles have started. The Cambion returns and with a box roughly the size of a goblin, maybe like the size of a torso, essentially. And he hands it to you, Convergent. It's pretty heavy.
And Americans will measure in anything but metric.
Yeah, we measure in goblins. It's pretty heavy. It's probably like 100 pounds. This like crate. It's like a wooden crate with handles on either side. You see that it is etched with infernal runes along the sort of like hinges. Yes. Now this can only be undone by my benefactor. It's a spell I wrought. If anybody opens it, it would be terrible news for everyone involved. So don't open it. Got it?
Don't violate the contract.
Yes, don't violate the contract.
We have I have a bit of an idea. Sorry. If you could... Do you think you could get that wizard to come back here for a second?
Alatar?
No.
Would you need me afterwards? Or
no.
Am I free to go?
No, I just maybe a second business deal with him, but not for a crew. You won that.
Wonderful. Could it be something I could do while I'm here?
Well, I need to speak with my associate here real quick. Narvos.
Yes.
I have something of 25 odd books of yours that could go for a pretty penny.
Yeah, that's agreed.
Yes, are you interested in spell books, sir?
No, that's definitely Alatar's thing. Yeah. I'll go get him, and you guys be safe, and hopefully I'll see you again. Ta-ta. And he disappears in a puff of smoke. Maybe about 10 minutes later, the light of Olatar's chair, poof, reappears, and he is sitting back in his chair and squinting at you all and goes, "Now what is it? What do you need?"
I'm the bagman. You go ahead, Narvos.
I have some things that you might be interested in procuring, since you are seems to be a man of magic, and we have some pieces of tomes of knowledge, some books that you might be interested in
Books, some
procuring.
spell books.
Yeah.
Well, I could take a look at them, but I mean, I don't have much money. Don't have much sort of liquid cash on me right now. I'm
You have
really
diamonds.
invested. I no, actually, I'm. That's more the divine work. We actually we don't have many clerics or the divine on this island. A couple paladins, but the oath breakers mostly. I do have plenty of gems, rubies mostly.
Will be useful.
Diamonds are always popular.
There's a few
So yes,
things I could use rubies
those
for.
are actually. If you find somebody selling diamonds here on the island, don't trust them. They're usually fake.
Good to know.
Yes, I'll give you that one for free. I've when I first came to this island, I befell that scheme many a time.
Well,
But no. If you have many a spell book, I am not the man to sell them to. I'm a wizard on many years of my life, and I know most spell under this creation. My spell book is many pages long.
Sean, I know there was one or two that were full. I want to reach in my bag and grab one that's a full spell book.
Mhm.
Narvos, if you don't mind, I want to give this to you. Sign of good faith. We'll return. We will need your help in the future.
Well, lovely. I will take this, and I will remember the first adventurers that have been willing to speak against William and his reign. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
If you need to come in contact with me personally, you can find me at all times of the day on the old tower by the ocean.
Understood.
Good to know.
Lovely. Be safe in the continent to the east. It's not the safest of places, and I hope to see you all again.
Indeed.
And then he vanishes. You guys are left once again.
Yeah, right.
After about 30
Hold on.
seconds after Alatar leaves, the lights poof turn off, and you are left in the darkness.
I'll put a hand on Eddie and guide him out of the room. I believe the others all have dark vision.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You
I'm
guys,
entirely sure about Tiefling.
tieflings do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys walk back down the granded splendor of the facade that is the Tower of the Six Kings. Valentar, you are understandably disillusioned, as to you, essentially the peasantry of this pirate island viewed the Six Kings as the kings on the hill, and you just got to see the hill, and it's not a very high hill.
It's made of trash.
Yeah.
It's
But man, did they gild leaf the shit out of that trash. Right. As you guys make your way back out to the back down to your ship, as you guys make it, hold on, let me let me set you guys up back over here. As you guys are about here, and you can see your ship, and you can see several small red figures darting around your ship. Craig, where are you in this sort of like marching order?
The back. Further than that, I'd probably be about 10 feet behind the rest of the group.
Okay. So, like in this area, where would everybody like to be?
I'm good where I'm at.
Okay.
Probably like second or third.
Like
Yeah.
discussing
I want to be by the fire.
Let's do that.
Eddie will be in the front and in the back. Eddie will be in the front. Echo will be in the back.
Oh, Craig, you've got the Echo D walking next to
Yeah. Me and him have become friends.
you. Convergent, Narvos. Craig, you notice several of the dark clothed figures are encircling you guys. This place is much less like the image I have in front of you is much less popularized.
There's a lot
Populated.
more people, yeah.
Yeah, there should be a lot more people. I just didn't want to like clutter this area with 100 models. So like there you see 5 or 6 of those leather-clad individuals. Most of them you see are like green skin, where you can see skin, are pushing their way towards the crowds in a like pincer formation to get you guys.
I'm gonna shout out, I think the moon is risen. It'd be a shame if somebody cut it down.
Conversion, you sort of hear Craig give a shout, which is uncharacteristic of him.
Does Balantar know anything that other people wouldn't at this moment?
You don't see what Craig, because your passive perception you said was awful.
Yep.
But you know that there is a sort of like Assassin's Guild run by one of the 6 kings.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, let me know when I might perceive that as these people later.
Yeah, no problem. Craig, you break the surprise round that they get as you call out, and one of them breaks ranks. It's the one, and you can tell with your passives, you can tell that that's the one you made eye contact with early.
Yeah.
Just full sprint, pulls out daggers, and we're rolling initiative.
Bastards
Cuckle
right
fucks
next
when I
to
get
me.
cuckle fucked.
I rolled a d12.
That's
Ooh, bad.
Got a nat 20, but I got a 22.
nice.
However you'd like me to put that in. Yeah. Yeah, not everyone does nat 20s for like skill check like that. Like it's not really a skill check is what I'm trying to say.
What's that? Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. I need to roll some d20s. Oh, nice. Okay. Got a. You got
You got baited.
Right. Okay. First up is me. So Craig. The one that breaks into a sprint with its dagger runs straight towards you from the crowd and goes to attack you. It has advantage as it's its first turn. Does a 19 hit? Okay. You take 6 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And also, there's some more piercing damage on top of that.
Con save is 14.
That's a fail. You took another 13 points of piercing damage from the sneak attack. Shink. And you take poison, by the way. Is that halved for you? It was a poison damage.
I have advantage versus poison.
So roll that again. Roll that again with advantage. See what you get.
One more, 15.
You take 12 points of poison damage.
All right. Yeah, I don't think I'm resistant to it. I just have advantage. Just making sure.
Then
Yeah.
he makes a second attack. And it's also at advantage. This time it's a 17 to hit.
That hits.
This time I need another Constitution saving throw.
Natural 20.
That's a success. So you take 7 points of piercing damage and another 12 points of poison damage. Think.
Yeah.
That's my turn. Turns to Balantar. Balantar, you turn around as Craig yells out in pain, and you see what you know to be one of the Six Kings assassins. They're well known in this part. They all wear sort of like the same uniform of dark black leathers. They're usually orc types. Orc kin.
Do I know which of the kings this would be, or am I not sure?
No. You can make an intelligence check based on your interactions today. But the Six Kings to you before this were an amorphous body of kings that never set foot on the earth.
Just straight intelligence?
Yeah.
I got a 10.
A 10? Your best bet is orcs or orcs, and so it was probably the orc.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The rest of these guys are all still sort of like milling in the crowd, but you turn and see one has broken out of the crowd and has stabbed Craig twice.
I will put on my shield, grab my whip. I don't know. Can I do that both in free action?
Yeah, that's an inventory action. You changed inventory slots.
Cool. And every DM's a little bit different. Just want to make sure instead of assuming. And just as free action for voice, if I can.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the king's assassins.
You yell that, and like the rest of like the civilians in the crowd, there's like, oh my God! Like the civilians begin to scatter from this fight that's happening.
There's flies just pouring out of massive wounds in me.
I am just gonna get the guy that's diagonal from me, close to that tree.
Okay. Yeah. And as the people sort of run away, the ones that are coming after you become more prominent. You're in melee with him, so.
Cool. I've got 2, so. Does a 17 hit?
Yes. These guys are just wearing leathers.
3 points of just slashing.
3 points of slashing. You solid slash across his chest, leaves a good gouge. But he stands there with his scimitar in hand, ready to fight you.
Don't want to do anything else. I don't think I'm going to. I will. No, that's it for me. Thanks.
Next up, Conversion. The crowd has scattered, leaving these leather-clad assassin types ready to fight you. You see Balantar attack that one. That one attacks Craig. With your sort of battle awareness, you see 2 more at the bottom of the ramps, ready to block your escape to your ship. This is a planned attack. This isn't just a sort of like street mugging. These are individuals who came after you in particular.
Yep, and they were expecting us to flee.
Yeah.
I assume that Craig's warning, we were able to ready shields and blades.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and step up to the one next to Shadow Eddie.
You got
it. and I will actually go ahead and turn on the flame tongue.
You got it. Flame erupts on your short sword.
And I will go ahead and stab him.
You got it. Go ahead and hit. Hold a hit.
15.
That hits.
Okay. Short sword and fire. So 6 points of fire and 5 points of piercing.
11 points of damage. You literally stab him straight through the heart. It pierces right through the leather, and he goes to take a swing at Ekodi and dies where he stands. Anything else, Conversion?
Conversion's kind of like, no.
There they hit you, man.
Yeah. So it's like Han Solo in the probe droid thing. Like, I barely touched him.
As this guy falls to the ground and his like mask and hood roll back, you can tell that this was like a young man that you just killed. A young, probably half-orc individual, shock on his face as he bleeds out on the ground.
Nerd.
I kind of like look down and like, huh? And then I'll step over to the one that. Actually, no. I'll step over to the one that's coming up on up next to Craig, to the left. Step to the left. One space.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. After you, Conversion is Narvos. Narvos, you find yourself in melee. Like, as the crowd scatters, you realize that Craig's warning came just in time as a guy was pulling out a scimitar to stab you.
Cool.
It's up to you what you would like to ready, if you wanted to ready your flail or something else, as Craig, shouts if it wanted to be magic or your flail.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I still am, doing the whole Gandalf bit with my new fancy staff that I got.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that. Thank you.
So I'm going to use that. Now, I'm planning on using Wall of Ice as kind of a separation / hurt people that way. It says it can be up to 10 10-foot square panels. And it's 1 foot wide. So is there a way for those 3 that are directly to my right, kind of in that row, to line it up with those to get all of them?
10-foot panels.
Yeah, so they just have to be touching. So you
Yeah,
could
I
definitely
do a big row.
You could get all these 4 guys with it here.
Yeah.
Except for the one next to me, I'm pretty sure. You might be able to get the one next to me too. That's a lot. 10 foot. That's insane.
Yeah, that's 100 feet.
Yeah.
That is 100-foot wall of ice. I mean, it would.
Arcade.
My original plan was to use this as kind of a push them back so we have room to run and they have to like get out of it. But after they died, after taking like 11 points, sort of, then this might just take care of them.
Well, that's not going to help me much, is it?
Those are numbers.
Yep.
Okay, 1 second here. Let me look up wall of ice. So I'm really bad with math. I apologize. Wall of ice.
Yeah, I was trying to read it. I'm like, hold on, this is an weird description.
Permanent or a sphere with a radius of up to 10 feet, or you can shape a flat surface made up of 10-foot square panel. Okay, so the 10-foot square panels are vertical, not horizontal.
Okay, so it's saying like if I wanted to make an ice skating rink,
no,
then, but, or no, hold on,
it's vertical.
Vertical, yeah. That's
so they're only a foot wide. So yeah, you can sort of like wind it around, I believe.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll go for those 4. So basically, I just like bounce a staff off the ground and then swing it in that L pattern that they're at and cast wall of ice.
I know this isn't what the thing is made for, but it is your first time using it, so I want you to make an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
Just to see how well you can form it.
16.
16? I'm going to say that you can get these 3, but this guy manages, because he's kind of standing out of the way, he's going to manage to avoid it.
Yeah, so they'll need to do a dex saving throw. If the wall cuts through a creature's space when it appears within this area, is pushed to one side of the wall and must make a dex saving throw.
Yeah.
DC 17 save.
First guy succeeds. Second guy fails. So this guy succeeds, this guy fails, and this guy succeeds.
Okay, so 5d6, 10d6, and 5d6.
Well, roll just roll the
Yeah.
first one. Just roll the 10d6 because both of these guys have evasion. So the successes are auto zeros.
Okay.
So, but this guy gets literally plastered Final Destination style. And it's really horrifying the amount of like he is it jibbed or gibbed from like Fallout and Doom?
Just splattered. One half ends up on one side of the wall, one half ends up on the other side.
Precisely. It's horrifying. And a large wall of ice.
Could be worse. It could the wall could just pass right through him with like a 1-inch wide thick layer that's frozen solid, and the rest isn't.
Oh, so that's what that does. That's fun. All right, so the ones that succeeded, they're fine. They like jump out of the way, but that guy just gets bad timed.
I'm going to say that this guy is on the inside of the wall, but the one you were fighting is on the outside of the wall.
Cool.
These guys are like the X-Men just showed up.
Yeah. They brought an Omega level mutant. Right.
They showed up to mug us with a pocket knife. I just pulled out a wall of ice and just
That was more than a
then.
pocket knife, bro. I'm about dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch your
I
ass.
will say there does seem to be two types of assassin. Like they're the one that's attacking Craig and this one down here are both wielding long swords, while the rest are wielding scimitars. There does seem to be a more martial version. Buddy, I'm gonna need you to stop falling.
He's parkour.
He got ice on the bottom of his shoes, so he's all
He
slippery.
does. He's
and
all
he keeps on
slippery.
falling.
What?
I had to make him smaller as he charges Eddie. That one charges Eddie. This one is going to go around 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And that's his. So one attack against Eddie. Eddie does a 17 hit.
He does.
Eddie, you take 7 points of slashing damage.
Gotcha.
Balantar
Mhm.
does a 14 hit.
Nope.
No. So his scimitar rakes across your chainmail and misses. Eddie, you get stabbed in the lower thigh. That's their round of combat. That leads us to Eddie.
And he's gonna jump on the guy who just stabbed him. He's gonna
Okay.
tackle him.
Okay, that is some opposed athletics checks. Or acrobatics. I'm going to choose acrobatics. I roll a 5, so you've got to beat a 5.
And he got 26.
Yeah, so you have this guy grappled.
Super neat.
Well,
So
you know,
that's,
do you want to? Was that your goal, or were you trying to knock him prone?
I'm trying to grapple him.
Okay, so you have him grappled.
Excellent. And then I'm gonna action surge. All right.
Mhm.
And is there anything that would prevent Echo from coming over here?
No.
Echo's gonna come over here and start beating this guy. He's just gonna start kicking him in the face.
Okay, so your bonus action, you move Akodi over, and with your second action, you're going to
Free. It's a free action for him to control the movement.
Okay, dope.
Yeah, kick him while he's down.
Yeah.
Kick him.
And when I say kick him in the face, I mean poke him with the katana until he's dead.
Okay, so
that's what I
make
really
your
mean.
attacks. Make your attacks.
All right. So this attack, this is at advantage because he's grappled. So I got nat 1 on the first one, but 25 on the second one.
Okay.
All right. So 9 damage.
9 points of damage. You stab him in the upper torso, right near the neck. He's still alive, but he's got a pretty bad wound that, if he doesn't take care of soon, will be lethal.
Well, I since I'm grappling him, I just say, "Shut the fuck up! Don't say anything. Be quiet." I whisper that in his ears. That
Okay.
he's restrained.
Go to
Really
sleep, go to sleep,
freaking
go to
him
sleep,
out
go to
right
sleep.
now.
Okie doke. After Eddie comes Clarny. Clarny, you look around
Yeah.
and you're aware. You're vaguely, much less like readily aware of what these assassins are, but you'd heard rumors from the first time you were here. You know, don't speak ill of the 6 kings, or the assassins will get you. And you're looking around and you're like, oh, this must be what they were talking about. Okay.
All right, it's time to start throwing hammers. So
Which one?
actually, am I within melee,
love
or
that.
do I got?
You got to move. Yeah, you got nobody in melee with you.
Okay, I'm throwing a hammer. So which
Okay.
one? Which one did you say had the short sword, like the stronger one?
This one is the only one you have in line of sight. The one that just is literally
Okay,
like
yeah,
pulling out his weapon from Craig's back.
Well, that's Mr. Unlucky. So I
Yeah.
hope he's all caught up with his,
I hope his affairs
Goodbye.
are in order.
yeah,
He has Ghost's will written.
I am about to
Alright,
kill that guy, though.
Let's do.
Just letting you know. I can kill the other one, though. It's fine.
Let's do this. Well, he's the only one I can attack, so I'm doing it. Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Oh boy. Hold on, I gotta find my 8. That will be 16 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Right. It looks like it's about to like slam him right in the chest, and he looks over just in time to duck out of the way, and it only clips his shoulder. Still dealing damage, the same damage you did, but it doesn't kill him like it should have. At least you think that in comparison to the two guys who have literally been plastered in the past 6 seconds.
Right, he did not react the same.
Yeah, this guy has definitely better reflexes than his underlings.
Okay, well, I've only got one attack, and Carney is not here with us, so I'm good on mine.
No, so you know, do you want to cast a spell as a bonus action?
Maybe a healing word.
Healing word,
Yeah,
or Shield of Faith,
Craig,
I think are your
yeah,
two.
let's do healing word. Yeah, let's do that on Craig, I guess. Right, he's the only one that's
All right. First level healing word is a D4 plus your Wisdom mod.
okay. That's going to be okay. That was a 4 plus my Wisdom mod is a 3. That's 7.
7
Thank
points of
you
healing to
so
Craig. Craig, it is your turn.
That was so fucking helpful. I will cast Zephyr Strike and use flies to jettison myself 20 feet to the right there with my bolstered movement that doesn't provoke. And then I'm going to shoot this fucker that stabbed me.
You got it.
It's shooty step.
Sharpshooter. I rolled double 2s.
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
This guy Neos his way past the arrow.
Okay, so I can't get the advantage from Sever Strike again. Wait, hold on. So does that go away? The extra damage?
That first strike.
Yeah, look it up for me.
Bradley likes this spell.
I like it too, but if it goes away, that kind of sucks. Because it says that attack, and I use the advantage.
Yeah, you fucked it up. Yep.
Yeah. Piss. All right. Second attack.
When you whiff that, it's whiffed.
Second attack, still sharpshooter though.
You got it.
Much better. 20 something.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I can still throw some bugs in this one. So that is plus 14 is 25.
This arrow buries itself in his lower torso. And he looks down shocked at like how deep that arrow buried itself. He's still standing, but that arrow chunked him.
That's me.
He's definitely bloodied. After you comes this guy. 5, 10, 15, 20, and he gets in melee with you. He runs up the wall, and you're the only person he can see on this side of the wall.
I'm assuming I can't see through or over that wall, correct? Okay.
No, nobody sees this guy sprint up and attack Craig. He is actually still where he stands on the other side of the wall to everybody else. I'm so sorry, Craig.
Hey, I just got healed, bruh. I'm all right.
24 to hit.
That does hit. I would see him though, right?
You do, yeah. As you stop, turn, take your shots. After you finish your second shot, a blur of black starts running to you, and you have this sinking feeling of like, oh, fuck. As a guy with the same weaponry as the guy you just shot is running at.
Yes.
You take 10 points of piercing damage and another 14 points of piercing damage. And I need that Constitution saving throw.
It's an auto fail.
Is this...
It's the auto fail. So, what?
Is this within 5 feet of Eddie or the Echo?
Absolutely not.
Pretty close.
No, it is Eddie. You are here. You are here. This is 5 feet away from you. This is what's happening over here.
Being it's the same attack, though, it's still just what knocks me.
Yes, that is just what knocks you down. Yeah. But he now has a second attack.
Yep, taking him.
Yeah, and he hits you for an auto crit. So 2 failed death saves. I think Converging can see you.
Yeah.
And Clarny. I'd say Clarny too. So Clarny and Converging, you see Craig get sort of like knocked down over here and fall over. That's his round. Actually, he's gonna stab you, and then he's gonna take his last 5 feet of movement to move back here and do a roll. Oh. He hides very poorly.
He stands behind the tree and thinks that he's good to go.
He has a 12 hide, so even Balantar would be able to find him.
If I can't see you, you can't see me.
Yeah, he's literally hiding behind that palm tree. That's his round, which brings us back to the top, which is this guy's turn. That I didn't realize that went that poorly. He's in melee with Convergent, so he's going to turn on you, Convergent.
Yep.
Does a 18 hit?
No.
No. So, tang off your shield. And then second attack, that one I think will hit. It is a 23.
Yep.
This doesn't have sneak attack, but I do need a Constitution saving throw. And you take 6 points of piercing damage. And it is a poison, so if you have anything for poison, please add that.
21 on the con.
Okay, so that's a 12 poison damage to you.
12.
12.
On top of where you said 6.
6 piercing.
Okay.
That's his round. And now it is yours. No, I'm sorry. It's Balantar first.
Cool. I will do an attack on the dude in front of me with my whip.
You got it.
I can type. 16 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. I'm going to use one of my psychic warrior dice, psionic warrior, however, whatever it is.
Psionic.
So rolling normal damage, which is 6 slashing plus d6 plus 2.
I think it's Psionic.
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 6 slashing plus 8, so 14 total. 8 psychic.
You absolutely slaughter this guy. How do you want to murder this guy with the weapons you have?
I want the slashing to go through him and then him to explode outward from the psychic damage.
Once again, another gibbing moment. It's literally like a foot from the other guy who just died. So there's 2 like dark red spots here and here.
See, I don't know what gibbing is, so I just keep picturing Gibby, if you know who that is. And
I
it's
know
not
who
good
you
that
mean.
I'm picturing Gibby getting cut in half.
Let me.
So my question is, I'm going to leave it up to you, Sean, as DM. I'm relatively intelligent. I saw my friend run over there. I didn't know that he got hit or anything, but I can be protective. Would I probably, since I'm facing that way, look to check in on him since he's running away?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really get into melee with that guy, so I feel unless you want to go fight him.
Oh, I have a whip, so I can attack at range, but I'm already facing the other way. That's why, because I had to attack that dude.
Yep, it's up to you. That's a totally you option if you think your character would walk around. You do see like both Clarny and Convergent keep like in their moments between their fighting looking over there. Clarny actually, without anybody in melee, is actively staring in that direction.
So I would walk up, and I'm assuming I can see him, like walk 10 feet right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really actively looking for the other guy, but I'm looking to get in the way.
I mean, with your passive perception, you can see that guy. He's literally hiding behind the palm tree.
Okay, then I'll stand like in the way, so hopefully he can't get an attack off on my friend.
You got it. You put a protective stance above Craig's body.
Cool.
No problem.
That's it for me.
After Balantar is Convergent.
Okay.
This guy's fighting you with an arrow in his stomach.
Yeah. I will go ahead and cast Healing Word on Craig.
Love it.
He will get 8 points.
The sultry tones of your captain bring you back to consciousness, Craig.
Ah, damn it! No laying down on the job.
Well, if I could take a deep breath in, I would.
Right,
A breath
and
of
I
relief.
will go ahead and stab this guy in front of me.
You got it. You turn on him.
Right. That is going to be a 24 to hit.
That gets him.
I am rolling terrible. 6 piercing and 4 fire.
10.
Yep.
You got it. That one stabs him in the upper arm, and his grip loosens on his longsword for a brief moment.
Yep. Actually, I will take a step one space up, kind of making sure I'm between him and Craig.
You got it. Next up, Narvos.
All right.
You are in melee with this one.
Cool. I'm gonna hit Cucklefuck McGee with
what?
my flail.
You got it. You have
I'm-
advantage because Eddie has him on the ground.
All right. Bonus action. I'm gonna Hexblade curse him first.
You got it. He's already been stabbed in the upper neck.
Okay, so he's not having a super good time. He's definitely not going to be having a good time since I got a nat 20.
Oh,
Let's just
roll
see.
your math rocks because rolling math rocks is fun. But you've caved this guy's skull in. Eddie, you are covered in gore. From
that's
head to toe.
17 points of damage. Basically, like Doom Eternal when he punches like the base level demon and the head goes into the shoulder blades.
Yes.
Yeah, that, but with a flail.
Eddie, you're gonna need a bath really bad.
Sorry.
Your parrot is red. You have a red parrot now.
Oh, hey, cool. Scarlet Macaw.
After Narvos, he's dead. After Narvos, do you want any movement, Narvos?
I'm going to move around
You
the
can stop concentration on the wall.
Yeah, I'm just going to drop the wall then. Just so I can see that guy and make sure he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, the moment you drop the wall, that guy is like very noticeable to everybody. Cool. Any movement?
Nope. I'm gonna stand right there and just stare him down.
All right, Eddie, you're up.
Alrighty. Eddie gets up off the ground, of course, after attacking this guy. He sees the guy under the palm tree, and he lunges at him. He just goes right for the neck and like wraps his arms around him and then like falls to pull this guy down on the ground.
Why?
Eddie is a grappler.
DC 20.
DC 20 to grab him to the ground. 24.
24. You have this guy grappled.
Yes, I would like. Does that count as an? I guess it doesn't count as an attack. Yep. So, that's just about Eddie's turn. Eddie's
does.
Gonna move.
No, it does count as an attack.
Oh, great! Then I'm going to unleash Incarnation, and Echo's gonna come and start beating the poo out of this guy. You know, takes the scimitar once again straight for the neck.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, a grapple attack just uses one of your attack actions to do something different. It is still considered an attack.
Yep.
Hey. So, once again, advantage on this. And that's a nat 20.
Okay.
Nice.
30 to hit.
Double that damage.
Cool. And I'm also doing the vicious katana, so that's plus
Plus
7
7.
damage.
Yep.
All right.
Hell yeah.
He's having bad time.
So it is. That's right. 18 damage plus 7. Well, I guess we double the 18 and then we do the plus 7, right?
What limb do you want to take?
Dude, like, I guess we'll take an arm. It will be hard for him to escape if he's missing an arm.
Your Cody carves off his left arm that he was reaching out to like try and push you away with, and from a little above the elbow, it's just carved off.
That's actually you're using the last bit of Echo's movement. I want Echo to go stand near the last remaining guy. That's what he does. Yeah, he's good stand right there.
You got it. After Cody and Eddie is a Clarny.
A Clarny.
Okay, so that strong guy still right in front of me?
Mm-hmm.
This guy's got an arrow in him, and this guy's now missing an arm.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to Arrow Bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Spirit Shroud, which is a bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
and that's gonna do. If I do hit him, that will do
More necrotic damage, yes. Or I think you can choose Radiant.
I'm gonna choose Necrotic. Yep.
You got it.
All right, and then I'm gonna melee. I'm not throwing it.
You got it.
That is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
And so with that, I get to roll 2 8s. So that is 24 points of damage.
How would you like to kill this guy? He's been sparring with Conversion. He's got an arrow in his stomach. One of his shoulders seems pretty dislocated from your previous attack.
I'm going to say that, hey, that arrow looks like it's not all the way in there. Let me help push it in a little bit.
You shatter the arrow as your hammer impacts, and the blow to his lower torso literally blows his lower organs right out onto the sand, and he collapses. Any movement?
I'm good. I'm good there.
Oh, you said you were good. Sorry.
Yeah. I know you're good.
Craig, you're on the ground over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna scoop up some flies, and they're gonna burst into flames. I'm gonna throw them at this guy, but like above him, and to where within where I'm throwing it is him. Within 10 feet of it is him, but nobody else.
I mean, if you throw it far enough in the air.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can fly, so.
Sure. Yeah, I'm bad at math, so I'm not going to try and math that one out. Yes.
Yeah, and he needs to make a dex save.
Good at those.
I'm sure.
Make sure to thank Mrs. Butler for this role.
Actually, Eddie, you have him grappled, so does he fail though? Or does it?
That's advantage against the grapple. Do we want to keep this guy alive?
Now, why would we do that?
Interrogation.
No, it still has. He still has his so, he rolled a 21.
Okay,
so
he passed, so he's fine.
He saves for nothing. Yeah.
But then I'm gonna use my bonus action. That was a wild shape feature, so bonus action to cast Healing Spirits on myself. And heal for fucking goodness. 9. And then it's now the wild spirit's turn after me, and it's gonna shoot a bolt of fire.
Okay.
With a natural 20. Hey, it's not gonna be much though. It takes +3, 5 damage because I rolled a 1.
How much damage?
5.
All right, a little hit of flame across his face. It is now his turn. He's going to try and escape this grapple.
With 1 arm?
Yeah.
Yeah, with one arm.
Yeah, he's going to try and escape this grapple with a dexterity check. He's going to try and slip through your fingers. Eddie, make a strength check. Athletics check, please.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on that, so we got 10 for this.
Yeah, he rolled a 13, so he's fucking
Does
at
he
it.
have disadvantage on that?
Nope.
He's missing an arm.
That's great. He's even slipperier. You're lucky I didn't give him advantage. He does sort of like limp away as he disengages with a bonus action, and he can run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and just starts like pushing into the crowd with one arm. As there is like a small crowd that is formed watching and like morbid interest at what you guys are up to. That's as far as he can make it though, because that's his action, bonus action, and movement. Brings us to Balantar.
Wait, I can move through friendlies, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Might as well move the full 30 to be like off the stairs if I can.
Yep.
Is that right? And then just whip him at like point blank.
When assassins are in town, he must whip it.
I got a 9 to hit.
Misses.
Oh, I know, action surge.
Try again.
He just whiffed it.
Oh my! Ugh, I got a 5 to hit. That's stupid.
Any bonus action?
No. That's
Okay.
it.
Conversion.
I will look around, make sure that there's no others coming from like the tent side area.
Nope. You see, generally, actually, like these guys, I have them locked so that I won't like pick them up. But like, there's nobody up here near you guys. There's only like the more sailor based guys that are probably pretty drunk down here that are watching. Like the sort of like townsfolk people that were up here scattered instantly.
All right. We'll survey around and then start walking towards the docks.
30. All right.
Yep.
Narvos. You see this, you see Balantar sort of like run past, try and whip. This guy's like full sprint. He's like falling on the ground, picking himself up, like he is running away.
Is he holding his arm?
No, he left his arm on the ground.
Should be like a trail of blood, right?
There's a thick trail of blood. But he's a man running for his life. He's not like cognizant of like, I need to hide my tracks so they can. No, he is like, I just lost my arm. I need to leave.
And he's hurt. Like he looks very bloody or bloody.
He looks like he would live. If he got away from you guys, he could live.
Okay. Let's just make sure that's not the case then.
He wants to catch him alive.
You want to take him alive?
That's what Eddie always wants to do. He always wants one person to interrogate after a fight.
I'll try, no guarantees. If that's the case, then
Eddie's a known creep when it comes to your prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna do it a little differently this time since he received so much criticism. He's always looking to improve his work. Right? You said it was too sexual. I got it. I understand. All right. He's gonna be more cut off fingers this time.
More Guantanamo.
Oh, you've already got 5 of them.
I need
Yeah,
him to
right?
make a wisdom. I need him to make a wisdom save.
Well, he's, the best of those. That's a natural one.
Cool. I'm doing some dissonant whispers.
He gets to run
Oh,
from
yeah,
you,
you're
though.
making him run further?
5, 10, 15, 20,
Yes.
25, 30.
Putting the fear in
Damn it,
God in him.
Joe.
17 psychic.
I mean, he with his one good hand clutches his head as he runs into the tavern.
Dissonant isn't on his turn. It's
No, it's
a reaction.
immediately use your reaction.
Yeah, it's a reaction. No,
Damn.
I didn't realize that after that I cast it, but yeah, no, he's like, I'm making it so
but
that
no. Oh, Dissonant Whispers is good because he just forced an attack of opportunity. He
It's
had to
forced
use his movement. No,
Yeah,
it's not.
forced.
It's
Yeah.
not. That's what's
It
cool
is
about
forced
Dissonant
movement.
Whispers. Hold on. We ran into this
yeah,
before.
we
Hold on.
did this earlier. We did this earlier. I had it with another thing
It's
where
not
it's
forced
not
movement.
forced movement.
Because
Okay.
they use their movement. Like it's not because it's forcing them to use a reaction, but they have to use their movement, right?
All right, Balantar, go ahead and make a strike.
Sweet. Thank you.
I mean, if this guy lives, he's gonna like piss
Nope,
himself
11.
whenever he thinks of us. So
Yeah, this guy runs into the tavern and is now out of sight of everyone. And I'm going to end combat with that because first
he's
person to make it
fast.
into the first person to make it into the tavern is going to realize that this is home turf. Like the tavern is a part of his guild, and the moment he ran in there, he vanished into a hidden wall. And nobody's going to give him up. There's already a guy scrubbing the blood on the floor as you guys look into the tavern. Conversion, you look up at your ship and you see many imps manning the rigging, working the sails. There are some larger, beefier devils. They look like hogs, I believe. They have hog features. Are the more muscle-bound ones that are doing rope work and carrying goods. But you have a devil crew manning your ship.
I see no way that this could become an issue when we arrive into the Angel City port.
Just real quick, looking it up on the PHB. In the PHB, it states Dissonant Whispers has a specific spell that you can do it with, and Gust of Wind is one you can't. It uses as a comparison.
Neat.
Yeah, cool stuff. Love that spell.
At the statement of oh, this is going to be weird when we have to enter an angel city, one of the imps smiles at you and says, we can, you think we can't enter those towns? And he it's weird body horror morphing and turns into one of those golden-eyed angels. I still have this voice, so it's really tough to on close inspection, but and he transforms back into the imp. We can pass the inspection of the docks, no problem.
I don't know if anybody else was hurt, but I'm fully healed, and you probably could be too.
Oh, I'm fine. I was not touched.
Mm-hmm.
So about everyone else, but yeah.
Yeah.
But that is where we are going to end tonight's episode with you guys with a fresh crew setting sail to the east.
Let's say to the captain, I'm gonna learn to hit like that.